Hey everybody. This was well received, pretty well received last time we did a video like this. This is going to be story time with Pops and Grandma, episode 2. Um, Today is, later today anyway, I'm recording this kind of early, uh, is the visitation, family visitation, friend visitation, and then tomorrow's the funeral. He passed away. You guys seem to like the last story time episode or whatnot. Uh, so I'm gonna do that today and tomorrow. Hopefully, get another couple out. Maybe you guys will like it. Hopefully, you will. Some of these stories were great. Like I said, he had the persona to be able to get a room full of people just in a semicircle around him, just listening to a story. You never, in my opinion, never hear stories like this. If you guys have grandparents, please spend time with them. They're a wealth of wonderful information for the most part, even though sometimes they get cranky kind of early. Um, I wish that I had recorded more of his stories. Him and Grandma's stories. I wish that we'd recorded more of them. There's Grandma. But I am glad that I did take the time to record some of these. I just wish I'd have done more. Because you will never hear stories like this, really. And there's some of them that, that only they could tell it so perfect. There's a couple of favorites that I'm thinking of right now that, like one where they all got a giant radio, and back then, radios were so uncommon. TVs weren't around yet, and they went over to like the farm down the road, a couple of miles. Him and his dad walked to listen to the radio and listen to the fight or whatever else. You won't be able to ever hear it the way that he told it. So, I just wanted to be able to share some of, his personality. He was a hero and a titan among men, and a patriarch to our family, just as Grandma was a matriarch to our family, and they're both gone now, but they're still inside and still with us. We just wanted you guys to get the opportunity to share this personalities you won't ever get to kind of see again aside from a few of these episodes. And like I said, this was all ported over from our vlog channel. In fact, up there I think you can even see it, and we got some kind of corny intro or whatever. But I just want to share this with you guys. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. We certainly did. That's enough stalling, so I'll go ahead and let you guys hear story time with Pops and Grandma. Oh, and one more final thing I kind of want to add that I just about forgot. Visitation today. If any of you guys happen to be in the area, you're welcome to come. It's for family and friends. But visitation today is from 5 to 7 Eastern at Folk Funeral Home. So there's a good chance that I won't be streaming during those hours. And tomorrow the funeral starts at 4. Again, Eastern. So, stream might be late. Good chance it'll be late tomorrow as well. So I apologize, guys, over the next couple of days if the streams start a little late. And Caleb probably won't be able to fill in for these streams just because he's back at his home right now and his internet is, powered by hamsters and turtles. And he doesn't feed them. Yeah, slow internet. Anyway, that's that. Just wanted to include that real quick just so you guys know. Might be a little late. Love you guys.
Well, this happened in the middle 40s when I was in the Navy.
This ought to be good.
When I was in the Navy, I was done a lot of duty with a guy by the name of Cox, because it was in alphabetical order, Adcox and then Cox.
Mm-hmm.
Everywhere I went, he showed up. So I and two guys, one from Tennessee and one from Ohio, went into town. This was in the port of Spain. We went in town and we got pretty oiled up.
I love the terminology there.
On the way home.
For the, hang on, I was gonna,
two buddies.
hang on. For those of you at home who don't know, that means they'd had a few to drink. Go ahead.
On the way home, on the way back to the base, about 4 o'clock in the morning, I guess it would have been, I was telling these two buddies about this guy, that he'd been quite a bother to me ever since we was in basic training.
Honey, quit shaking.
And the last thing he had done was to swipe a bottle of rum I had in my locker.
Brave man.
So they said, well, we'll get him. So we went up. Now, I was in a barracks. The 10,000 people, the whole base was in this one barracks. It's 3 floors. And it had
bay doors.
it had big bay windows because it was warm there all the time, hot there all the time. So anyway, we came up, and he's on the top bunk, and I'm on the bottom. He's laying up there with his mouth open, sleeping. And
Snoring away, huh? Sawing
one of
logs?
these guys got under his little mattress, and they slipped him off there and took him over and dumped him out this 3rd-story window.
Mattress and all?
Mattress and all, and he must have hit on the mattress because it didn't really cripple him, but he did do some screaming when he hit the ground.
Did he wake up mid-flight?
Well, we all jumped in our bunks, so no one would ever know we did it. And of course, he knew I had something to do with it, but he couldn't prove it.
Did he ever steal your rum again, Pops?
No, he didn't steal my rum again, and next day he moved his bunk down the other end of the building.
That's awesome. That was awesome. Thanks, Pop.
Another segment to follow up that one will be when you guys were all out oiling up again, and you were back to the base, and you were too tired to drive, so the other
Well, that's when they wrecked my little engine.
I know it.
Okay. We've been in town over the weekend, and this was Monday morning. Was coming back to base 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and we weren't drunk, but we were tired.
I had a couple, and you were pretty tired, huh?
We drove in this little 1935.
Hey, hang on, let me cut you off for a half second there to get a segment or a disclaimer. We don't advocate that you guys drink. Nope. Or especially drinking and driving. These are different times, folks.
This is 100 years ago.
Yeah. Times have changed.
This was back when he was young.
Yeah.
Younger and dumber, huh?
Very young. In fact, I was just barely 18 years old.
Well, back then you were allowed to drink at 18 too, though, weren't you?
Over there, you could drink at 10 if you wanted to.
Okay.
But anyway, we're coming back to base, and I'm driving, and I just won this little Ford convertible in a dice game the night before. Nice little car. And we're driving along, and I'm so tired, and I can't open my eyes open, so I asked this Woods, how about you driving? I can't see. And he said, well, I'm more shape than you are, so this little guy from Tennessee's in the back seat. Young was his last name. And he says, I'm not sleepy, I'll drive. And I said, well, get up here. And so I stopped, and he got up. And this is a very, very mountainous road, very curvy, and mountain on the one side and a cliff on the other. He didn't go more than a quarter of a mile, and he run my little car over the mountainside. It rolled over. It started rolling over, and I and Woods was thrown out the first roll.
You guys are lucky it didn't hit you.
Yeah. Young rode it down several rolls because it rolled along the steering wheel pretty tight. But when he rolled out, it rolled over on his shoulder. He broke his shoulder.
Ooh.
So anyway, we all got back up to the highway, and the shore patrol patrolled that road, especially on the weekend, quite regularly. So when they came along, they took us back to the barracks, and we took him to sick bay, and they put him in, and kept him in sick bay. So we got off work the next afternoon, and I told Woods that we better stop and see how Young was getting along on the way back to the base. We stopped and I went in, and he was all right. He had a broken shoulder. And
But he'd lived just fine, right?
Well, I asked him, I said, what in the world happened? You told me you was all right, and you didn't go a quarter of a mile to wreck my car.
And you was already passed out?
I wasn't passed out, but I was probably already asleep. But anyway, he said, well, I thought I'd done pretty good. That's the first time I ever drove. And he hadn't. He had never driven a car. He was from the deep hills in Tennessee.
To Young's family, if you guys ever get this, that'd be a great story.
I wish you would. I'd like to hear it now.
Oh, I bet you would. All right, thanks. That's story time with Pop right there, guys.
I want you to know what his appointment was, I'd have put it in the damn note.